Hello everybody, this is Fronto Albany and welcome to race number 12 of the 2020-21 NROL Siemens National Series season. This is the Grand Tour 300 at the Daytona International Speedway. There's been quite a season so far in the Siemens National Series with no real clear winner of who's gonna win this championship, who's gonna win the playoffs. Everything is up in the air at this point, but that's the Siemens National Series. Just everyone's kind of all over the place at this point. But yeah, should be an exciting race though for these guys, and yeah, we're gonna see how things turn out in just a moment. Let's give you starting grid for this one. Starting on the pole for this one is Keisha Richardson, along second. Second is Jeb Burton. Third is Greg Raff. Fourth is DJ Reed. Fifth is John Doe. Sixth is Riley Herbst. Seventh is Ross Stain. Eighth is Chase Briscoe. Ninth is Alexa Bowles. 10th is Brandon Jones. 11th is Brian Teague. 12th is Dan Blue. 13th is Matthew Brown. 15th I think is Miles Slayer. 16th is Anthony Logan. 17th is Jack Fitzgerald Sr. 18th is Griffin Chang. 19th is Harrison Burton. 20th is Bank Coaches. 21st is Noah Gregson. 22nd is Nathan Mon. 23rd is Austin Murray. 24th is Justin Allgaier. 25th is Justin Haley. 26th is Casey Neko. 27th is Edward. 28th is Kana. 29th is AJ Allmendinger. 30th is Russell David. 31st is Sebastian Chacon. 32nd is Cody Goforth. 33rd is Tyler Tomasi. 34th is Henry. 35th is Austin Sinek. 36th is Michael Annette. 37th is Jose Mills. 38th is Shane Lamb. 39th is Bob Hunter. 40th, no, I messed up the starting grid. 38th is Bob Hunter. 39th is Ernie Urban. 40th is Jeff Green. 41st is CJ McLaughlin. And 42nd is Can't Drive. So yeah, I did mess up the starting grid bit there, but you kind of get the rundown. So this race is going to be an interesting one, to say the least. Nothing really too special about this race. It's really just the Siemens National Series at Daytona. We did come here last year. You know, this is another running of a race that we did last year. Although the roster though is very different from last season. Of course, the big question at the end of the day: who can come out on top when all is said and done? This race should be a good one. The Siemens Nash Series hasn't actually done too much super speed racing this year. There was only one other race, and that was at Orlando. This, of course, however, is the big one at Daytona, and by that I mean the big race. You know, speaking of the big one, we haven't actually seen any big ones so far in all of Speed Weeks. We've hosted quite a few races. Our Speed Weeks is almost complete. As of course we have this race, and then tomorrow the Daytona 500. But for today, however, just one day before the 500, these guys will be taken to the track and will do battle. Speaking of the Daytona 500, there are a few guys in this race that will be racing in the Daytona 500 tomorrow. Anyways, as pace car is pulled off, green flag is in the air for the Grand Tour 300 at the Daytona International Speedway. A bit of a sluggish start there, but that's kind of what you expect, isn't it? A little bit of low frames. I do apologize for that. Not too much I can do about the low frames. Keisha Richardson pulling out a bit of a lead here. Of course, this is the start of the race. So, however much you pull out doesn't really mean too much in the grand scheme of things if you can't quite hold your spot. Keisha Richardson, however, who got the jump there at the start of the race, is going to lead the opening lap. Riley Herbst up here as well. Kind of surprising to see him this far up the pack. Then he did start well. This is Daytona that we've seen so far this week. You know, even if you're back in the field, you can still come up and make some gains. Heishan Richardson, however, doing a decent job at the start of this race to keep his lead. And Ryan Herbst and Greg Graff trying to stick with him. Herbst actually trying to go underneath Greg Graff. Overall, no change in position yet at the start of this one. How long until some... Oh, there he goes. Riley Herbst going low on Greg Graff. Trying to gain a spot. Ross Chastain going down as well. Heishan Richardson, however, keeping that lead. Here comes Riley Herbst. And Ross Chastain, whose season in the series so far has really not been that good. You know, it's only recently started picking up speed after winning at New Smyrna. Oh dear. Chastain was actually looking to get down low, but Jeb Burton was there, able to block the spot. So that means Jeb Burton moves up to third. It's going to go down a lane. Also, here comes Brandon Jones running a special Interstate Batteries throwback scheme for this race. And Jeb Burton, who we haven't seen run up front that much this year, up in second now. Right up, so he's been sent high. Jeb Burton, however, doing everything he can to keep this position. Maybe even gain a spot. And there he goes, Keisha Richardson. So Keisha Richardson, he had the lead there for quite a few laps, but Jeb Burton not making the move to the inside. And Riley Herbst, actually, he's gone down to help his teammate Brandon Jones. So a couple of JGR guys up here now. And actually, oh no, Jeb Burton's going to tuck in front of Brandon Jones. Herbst as well, trying to make his way to the inside or something. And Herbst is going to now ditch his teammate. That's going to allow Jeb Burton to take the lead. Wow. Actually, Jeb Burton was already in first, but Riley Herbst ditching his teammates, it's not something to see every day. You know, Herbst, he isn't actually looking too bad today. Here comes Ryan Sieg. Sieg has been close to winning a few times, but still hasn't quite put all the pieces together in a race. I do apologize if there's any background noise. It seems you can actually keep your lead here in the Siemens actions for quite a bit of time. Jeb Burton, he's only the second driver. Well, he's the second driver in this race to lead a consistent number of laps. As Matthew Brown going to go low on Ryan Sieg. Here comes Harrison Burton. So now all three JGR cars are up here. Oh, what's that? Is that a very slow car here? That is it. It is can't drive. We haven't seen a lap car mess up the field so far in Daytona, but this is going to be the first one. If this field can't get around them in time, and they will not. And they will. All right, well done. Jeb Burton, first one to make it by. Phil Bonham had to slow down a bit, but overall, the entire bottom lane is getting around, can't drive. And Jed Burton, he may be on front, but since it's so far, he's going to hit that wall of air. If this were a non-super speedway, then, you know, the field could, you know, they could always just, spread out, but since this is a super speedway, you know, even if someone gets a big lead, they're going to bunch up together eventually. Who's Bank Coach is up here. Bank Coach in his second of 4 starts in the over 9,000 car. I think second, I'm not, oh, I lost count. And actually the front of this pack has pulled a bit of a distance away now from the people behind. So, if the pack split up, though, that's going to be the make or break for some of these guys. As Anthony Logan up here now. Greg Graff's trying to stick with these guys. That's quite a bit of separation in this pack now. The only thing that can really bring these guys back together now is a caution. Or, can drive bunching up this field again. You know? The top field pretty quiet, not doing anything too crazy. Maybe Logan still sticking behind Jed Burton. Bank Coach is probably looking to try to get up here as well. Actually, a couple guys from behind are now just catching up. And Andy Logan now darts beneath Jed Burton to try to take the lead in this race. Also, who'll be Lexipos? He might be trying to get into this action. So we got a couple of drivers up here that are racing in the 500 tomorrow. Greg Graff sticking with Anthony Logan for now. You know, all the races that we've had so far on Speed Weeks, it felt more like sprints. This though is gonna be our first like race that's has some genuine length to it. So far, the longest race we've ran in the Speed Weeks. However, that'll be beaten out by the Daytona 500, of course. But you know, there's some Burden going low. Bank Coach is trying to stick with these guys. The field, though, staying pretty calm. Probably the best thing you can do in this case. Because that's the best way you're going to finish if you don't mess around. And oh, Anthony Logan. Oh, do you see that? Wow, Greg Graff and Bank Coach tried to go beneath Anthony Logan, but Anthony Logan shut the door on them. Justin Haley looked like he's trying to get into this action as well. You know, Haley, he did race in the duels yesterday, but unfortunately did not make the 500. Well, at least he tried. That's a bit of a gap between this pack and the next one. Oh, Matthew Brown gonna get stuck on the high line as Justin Haley able to get down a little bit faster than Matthew Brown. Top 3 actually breaking away a little bit as Bank Coach is gonna go beneath Greg Graff. And Bank Coach is the second. And the field from behind is catching up a bit. We got a couple red cars in first and second. I'm kind of amazed at how long people are able to keep their leads in this race. And there goes Matthew Brown beneath bank coaches. That's going to ruin him a little bit. And Matthew Brown now going high. Justin Haley now trying to get redemption for not making the 500. And he actually drove for I'll call it racing car yesterday in the duels. I was driving as usual, call it racing number 11 in this race. The low lane getting a bit of a run. The top two of Van Vlogers and Haley now shutting that door. Can't drive. Oh, Anthony Logan can't quite defend his position for a lead this time, as Justin Haley is going to go on the low line. But Can't Drive is coming up, so it's going to shake up the field once again. Let's see what happens here. Oh, he's going to get around. Oh, the low line's the one getting slowed up this time. Andy Logan shoots right on by. And now the high line's the one getting slowed up. And now it's the low line. Oh, almost. It could have been very disastrous. Ryan Z makes it on by. Now the entire bottom lane trying to get by as well. And who'll be Lexing Pulse? Quick to get around these guys. We'll be exposed to the driver racing the 500 tomorrow. One wonders what he can do today. Now, Julio Lexpos, he's proven that he can actually be good on these super speedways. I mean, he did win at Orlando. I mean, it was crazy the way that he did it, but a win is a win. Although I guess he's up 3 wide. Greg Graff and Ryan Sieg. A little bit slowed up. And John Doe gonna go all the way to the inside line. Eighth Logan's out in the lead for now. He's eventually gonna hit that wall of air. Well, I say eventually, he's hitting the wall of air right now, so eventually he's gonna get reeled in by this pack of cars. Here's Jeb Burton, who already started pretty high up in this race now. Trying to take the lead. It's also got Harrison Burton. I think Jeb Burton and Harrison Burton are actually cousins, not quite brothers. I'm not entirely sure, I'll be honest. And actually, the high line. Ooh, they tried to get a bit of a run on Anthony Logan. They still are. John Doe. They go to the inside of Anthony Logan. And Hubi Lexipol staying with the field. Now, Hubi Lexipol, he hasn't been the best. Well, actually, that's a lie. He's been very good this season. He's very high up in the point standings. Kind of unfortunate I can't say the same thing about us, the Baltimore Sports teammate of Charles Tomasi. And Hubi Lexipol is going to lead this lap. Second time this week that Hubi Lexipol has led a race. Quite a bit of a gap between this pack and the one behind. So we'll see how long until the two packs come together. Meanwhile, Harrison Burton on his lane. might have a plan for getting around Who Be Like Supposed, but Who Be Like Supposed holds his position for now. And Ryan Sieg trying to make some haste. No Gregson on the low line. Another driver racing in the 500 tomorrow. There goes Ryan Sieg to the inside of Harrison Burton. Well, Who Be Like Supposed doing his best to hold his position for first. As Burton goes beneath John Doe. He's going pretty quiet now. You know, in the entirety of Speed Week so far, we've only had one caution that came in the Truck Series race last week. I don't know if we're going to get another caution. I mean, these drivers are running pretty clean so far. I'm not really sensing a caution in this race right now, but it's only lap 23, so we still got quite a ways to go in this race. You never know when someone's going to mess up and cause a crash. Here's Burton getting in front of Noah Gragson. Well, Hubie Lexenpost doing a good job at leading this race. But still so much to go. Harrison Burton could right here go beneath Hubie Lexenpost, however he doesn't. And again, it is pretty early. Harrison Burton driving a slightly modified paint scheme of his usual Dex imaging car. Got checkered for Andretti. This one, as a way of honoring John Andretti's legacy, who passed away quite a while ago. Folks, he lost the battle from some kind of cancer. The legacy of John Andretti lives on, and Harrison Burton saluting him in this race. Meanwhile, Jeb Burton goes beneath Harrison Burton. Take that spot away for second. Hubie Lexenpost has done a really good job by leading this race, and you know, Hubie Lexenpost, with his, you know, the way that he won in Orlando, he took the lead at the very last second to win that race. Whereas in this one, he's actually led a number of laps. I don't know. This is Daytona though, so I really want to see Hubie Lexenpost lead the rest of the race, but I just don't quite see it happening. Because here's the thing, he still has a lot of laps left to go. You're talking another 15 laps of Hubie Lexenpost having to lead. And as far as what we've seen, you know, any moment now Jeb Burton or someone in second could dart underneath Harrison Hubie Lexenpost and take the lead. And Volta can't drive. Yeah, there you go. So the field behind Jeb Burton actually went to the inside. Now the field's going to have to prepare and be a bit smart as they get to can't drive. And okay, they're gonna be can't drive on the back straightaway. Hubie Lexenpost got to go to the inside real quick, and he can't. And Anthony Logan, for the second time in this race, is gonna shoot by can't drive. I hope the field. Okay, well, who's gonna get around the bomb lane this time? Oh dearie me, Hubie Lexenpost gonna have quite a bit of work to do now. Oops. That guy quite insane. And here's Brandon Jones up in a second. Here's Free McShane, whose season has been absolutely atrocious. I mean, if you didn't take the point standings, Free McShane, she is second to last in the standings. The only driver she's beating in standings now is Canada Drive, which isn't really a hard car to beat. So Free McShane basically dead last in the point standings right now. But she's running really well in this race, so could she turn around her awful season that she's having so far? Meanwhile, John Doe up to second. Needs time for a broken away. Nathan Logan still quite a lead, but, you know, this is Daytona. We look suppose he's hasn't got that many cars between him and leaders, so in the next 10 laps we could see some battling. Top 5, well, top 6 getting together, now catching up to Anthony Logan. Riley Herbst is a bit of a sitting duck, just getting a bit of draft from these guys. Free McShane going low on John Doe. As it kicks up to Anthony Logan. But Free McShane, however, doing quite good in this race. So Ubi Lexipol is now actually bit of a ways back, although he's linked up with Sebastian Coquelin, so if those two can get to this pack, it's going to be interesting to see what they can do. It's crazy to me how well Brandon Jones and Riley Herbst has done, how well they've done in this race. You know, they're usually not really a factor in the equation, and here they are. Speaking of Super Speedway race, they've done quite good with keeping up with the fast guys. 10 laps to go. So I think it happened now from now on the finish. Oh, what's this? Oh, these guys are... Oh, they've been caught up by this pack behind them. So the question is, how long can the pack behind these guys... how long before they catch them up? Will they catch them up? Well, based on what we've seen today, they might. As Anthony Logan, he's led quite a lot of laps today. He might become the favorite to win this race. But this is Daytona, so you don't really know. Oh, Free McShane. A bit of argy-bargy for second. Free McShane almost lost the spot on Ryan Sieg, but she actually did a pretty good job at defending it. Not bad. And there goes the field. Going beneath Anthony Logan, or they go 3 wide. It's a bit tricky. You thought Free McShane would have had the lead there, but no, she's not going to get to the bottom line fast enough. And that honor is going to go to Ryan Sieg. So Ryan Sieg now leading at Daytona. Free McShane, though, she tucks in behind Ryan Sieg, so McShane still has the chance to take the lead. And the field behind these guys, however, not quite catching up. They're definitely taking their time. That being said, I'm going to have another slowdown from Canada Drive. As Justin Haley going to go beneath Free McShane. So how long until we actually get to Canada Drive? Quite a while, actually. We might not even catch up to Canada Drive before the end of this race. This might be the race for the win right here. As Riley Herbst now goes underneath Justin Haley. It's come down to these guys now. Yep, the field from behind, they just can't quite do anything. So, It's going to come down to this pack of cars, the top 7. And John Doe makes it beneath Riley Herbst. Well, I've seen how many laps that the driver can lead here in this race. So Ryan Sieg, he's in a good spot now. He could lead all the way to the end of the race to score his first career NRL Siemens Nationals victory. Ryan Newman, however, he's no stranger to the series. He's been racing for quite a few years now, but he's never quite had the power to win until this season. So Ryan Sieg trying to put the pieces together and win this race. Brandon Jones moves to the inside of John Doe for second, however. Brandon Jones has been racing for quite a while now. But he still has yet to win one in the Siemens National Series. Could he change that today, however, driving a throwback interstate battery scheme? Could we see shades of Dale Jarrett winning the Daytona 500? Well, we'll see that if Brandon Jones can make his way around Ryan Sieg in the next 5 laps. Yep, the pack behind this pack not catching up. It has come down to these 7 drivers. Anthony Logan going underneath Brandon Jones. But Ryan Sieg, however, doing pretty good at defending his lead. Four laps to go. Who's gonna win? Well. Oh, what's that? Is that can't drive right here? Ooh, that's gonna shake things up a bit. With 4 laps to go. This might bring the 2 packs back together. The pack behind this pack is actually quite a bit of a distance behind. But can't drive could bunch them up again. John Doe goes to the inside of Anthony Logan. I can't drive. He's definitely going to do something here to slow up this pack. And he holds them up. Holds up the entire pack. That's going to allow the pack behind the pack to catch up. 3 laps to go. Free McShane darts the lead. 3 laps to go. Free McShane's season has been absolutely atrocious. Endless bad luck and crashes. And yet here she is, out in front. Actually, a bit of a gap. John Doe is just behind her. But we only have 2 laps remaining in this race. John Doe might be the last one that I can get to her behind. Might come down to these 2. That said, though, they aren't going too fast, so this pack might have something left for these 2. 2 laps to go. It's come down to these 2. And John Doe goes beneath Free McShane. John Doe, who's been pretty irrelevant this season so far, is now just coming to life in this race. All these 2, bit of a... Yeah, they have a gap behind or ahead of these guys, but these guys are catching up. So it's not over yet. These 2 are under some fire. This pack of cars, as they're just slowly but surely catching up. This is it. These guys are moving faster. White flag, 1 more lap to go. It's going to come down to the wire. The pack behind is catching up. But can they get to these front guys in time? It might just come down to these 2. Oh, here comes the pack behind. But can John Doe hold off the field to the finish line? The back behind does a little bit of stuff. But it does look like it's going to be enough. John Doe will come to line to score his first career NROL Siemens National Series victory in the Grand Tour 300 at Daytona. Another NRL guy wins. That's first win for John Doe. First win after 12 races in the Amtrak Mobile. It's been a while since Amtrak has last been in victory lane. Well, I say it's been a while. And you go back to last year, Frontier's Bobbin won the last race of the season at Homestead. Oops. Since then, though, Amtrak hasn't quite been back to victory lane. I don't think they've ever actually won a race in the Siemens National Series. Actually, that's a lie. They did win for Bobbin Motorsports last season. But this year, though, it's another win for Amtrak in the Siemens National Series. This time, it is John Doe who takes them to victory lane. So now to look over the official results. So you got John Doe with the win, Freeman McShane with a still very impressive second place, with Justin Eddy coming on third, Brandon Jones fourth, Noah Gregson fifth, Riley Herb sixth, Hubi Lexpulse seventh. Still a pretty good day for him, all things considered. DJ Reed 8th, Anthony Logan 9th, Austin 10th, Sebastian Tuckelon 11th, Ryan Tate 12th, Harrison Burton 13th, Keisha Richardson 14th, Justin Snellgeier 15th, Tyler Tomasi 16th, Jed Burton 17th, Ernie Irvin 18th, Jose Mills 19th, A. Joe Benninger 20th, Greg Graff 21st, Ross David 22nd, Chase Briscoe 23rd, Hendon 24th, Bob Hunter 25th, CJ McLaughlin 26th, Nathan Lamont 27th, Connor 28th, Casey Aniko 29th, Ben Cook 30th, Edward 31st, Michael Lynette 32nd, Ross Hussein 33rd, Austin Murray 34th, Myson 35th, Shane Lamb 36th, Jeff Green 37th, Matthew Brown 38th, Cody Gover 39th, Zachary Fitzwashington 40th, Dane Blue 41st, and Karen Drive 41st in last. Yes, so Hubi Lexenpulse, well, he didn't quite get up to the lead pack. He did finish the best out of everyone in the previous pack, so still a pretty good day all things considered for Hubi Lexenpulse. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how he can translate his gains from today into tomorrow's race, as he'll be in the 500. But that is all for today's action. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in whatever I make next.